What is the outlook for PlayStation 5 this generation? We're going to look at that based on some key points that I think most people are ignoring. Let's get into it. WorryWart, why worry? I'll do it for you. If you would like and subscribe and think about sharing this video out on your favorite social media platform of choice, I'd greatly appreciate it. The PlayStation 5, how is it going to do this generation? Will it be a repeat of last generation or even the PS2 generation? Well, it looks like things are boding incredibly well for the PlayStation 5. And I'm going to base this on some information that's sort of ancillary to console sales. Three things that I think are important to look at here on Amazon's bestseller video game charts are new pieces of hardware that Sony just released. The DualSense controller colors, red and black. They are number 5 and number 8 already on Amazon's bestseller list. And sandwiched in between them, most importantly, is a PlayStation Plus membership card. Now, the 115 million PlayStation 4s out there, I don't think that indicates that they're buying the PlayStation Plus cards. I think that it indicates that the new PlayStation 5 owners are buying everything and anything related to PlayStation because they just got their brand new console. And I know both consoles are, there's a shortage in both consoles, but the PlayStation 5 has already outsold the PlayStation 4 day and date so far in its life. And there are also reports that the Xbox Series consoles have not been doing as well when compared to the previous generation day and date. Now, this is just conjecture on my part, and I'm looking at these sales of the ancillary products like controllers and, the PlayStation Plus card. And another piece of information, Spider-Man Miles Morales, again, this is the third or fourth time that it's shot from number 19 all the way up to number 3 on the UK charts based on new PS5 supply being released to consumers. They're snatching them up. And in addition to buying the black controller, the red controller, the PlayStation Plus card that I mentioned previously, they're also buying software, Miles Morales, again, number 3 on the UK charts just last week. So based on all that, if Sony can manage to get PlayStation 5 consoles out there to consumers at a higher rate, and then they release their first-party content to that base, which there's no reason to assume that they're not going to do because they've done that every generation, the adoption for PlayStation 5 hardware and software should increase even to a higher degree. Now, that's not saying that all things are bad for Xbox here. This will probably be the best generation for Xbox, and it's certainly going to be the best generation in terms of games from Microsoft for Xbox. You have Starfield coming, you have Perfect Dark, you have Halo, you have Psychonauts 2 coming soon, so it's already a better generation in terms of software releases from Microsoft for their piece of hardware, the Xbox. Another sign that I'm seeing that PlayStation 5 is going to be the dominant console this generation is the fact that most of the videos that I'm seeing on YouTube, most of the people streaming that I see are doing it with PlayStation 5s, the unboxing videos, everything is PlayStation 5 related. And I saw that during the Xbox 360 era. I saw that switch early in the generation where most people were talking about Xbox 360. I remember I think it was G4 TV. It was Laura Foy and Tina Fey, their show. And after the E3, they did a poll asking people what was the most exciting thing, and everyone kept saying Xbox 360, Xbox 360. And I remember Laura Foy saying to everybody, "Have you seen PS3?" But people were just talking Xbox 360, and it seems like that's happening with PlayStation 5 early this generation. So I think that the PlayStation is getting to that tipping point where it becomes almost a cultural phenomenon early in the generation, and that just carries it through the generation that it's in. Now, what can Microsoft do to combat this? They could start advertising the strongest thing that they have, and that's Game Pass. There's no real clear way to communicate what Game Pass is to a consumer beyond just subscribing to it. So they need to find a way to actually communicate through an ad on television or on YouTube, some sort of campaign to show people, average consumers, what Game Pass is, what you get. how much it is, the value of it. They have to figure out a way to communicate that beyond just the people who know what gaming is, the people who are on YouTube all the time, the people who are on social media, just average moms and pops who are watching television around the holidays and see that they can purchase a console for $300 and then subscribe for $15 a month and get their kids, hundreds and hundreds of games. They need to really start advertising that and hitting home what Game Pass is to the average consumer, because the average consumer, believe it or not, still outnumbers people who are really into this, digital foundry pixel counting thing. So that's what Microsoft can do to combat this. But the biggest thing Microsoft and Xbox can do to combat this PlayStation 5 dominance early in the generation is release quality software, starting with Psychonauts 2 and ending with Halo Infinite. I can't stress enough how much pressure must be on 343 and Microsoft to release not a okay Halo, not a good Halo, but a stellar Halo game. It cannot release piecemeal. It cannot release with promised features later on patched in. It has to have a strong single player campaign and a strong multiplayer component to it. It has got to be the pinnacle of their development. It has got to be the Trojan horse for Microsoft to get Xboxes into people's homes, to get Game Pass subscribers up. It just has to be stellar. And that's the tried and true way that they can combat their competitor, the PlayStation. And I have a lot of hope when it comes to Halo, when it comes to 343. And after the last Halo, Halo 5, which if you're a Halo fan, not a casual Halo fan, but if you're a Halo fan, it was not a good Halo game. Story-wise, it was just horrendous. So hopefully Halo Infinite will lead the way and start this onslaught from Microsoft from their first-party studios. Quality-wise, that will go a long way to helping the Xbox Series consoles combat the PlayStation 5 and this sort of cultural revolution that's happening around the system early in this generation. Let me know what you think. Am I right? Am I wrong? In the comment section below. Let me know which console you're looking to get if you haven't got one yet. And thank you for watching. See you in the next one.